Hello again. Well, I've received a rather interesting little article along with some photographs. I'll send you the link. You're not going to have to look for it. You know, I've made a couple of videos and I said that I think acorn was dispatched to South America, and their objective was to let the people know that the borders are wide open. Once you're here, you can remain here. And the article talks about Valerie Jarrett. I do recall she was sent to that part of the world back in January 2014. And I think she helped orchestrate the takeover of America by these illegals. And the article shows you why, in fact, that's a very real possibility. It also talks about what they call the death train. And that's a train that comes from Mexico, right through Mexico, from Guatemala, and it brings all these children. You'll see the children on top of the train, and apparently this particular train derailed, and it left 1,300 children stranded. You wonder what's going to happen to those children. You think they'll be bused to the border by the Mexican authorities? I mean, I have no idea. But no one seems to care either, and apparently people have to jump onto this train while it's moving, and some fall off, lose their legs, lose their arms. It's pretty gruesome. You don't see any of that, but the article talks about that. And there's no question that this administration planned this event. Cloward and Piven overwhelm the system and it'll collapse. And if you think back, Obama's tried desperately to do exactly that. That's what Obamacare was designed to do. Overwhelm the medical system, and it'll collapse. Speaking of Obamacare, I'm still amazed that he hasn't come out and gone to the single payer, because, again, Obamacare doesn't work. There's no back end to the software. But enough of that. We have a crisis on our hands that was created by this administration. I don't see how it can be turned around. They estimate that there'll be about 140,000 coming next year, on top of the 140,000 that are probably going to be here this year. That's insane. You might wonder why the various countries like El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala are supportive of this. Well, the reason they're supportive is that a lot of these children will grow up in America. And what they tend to do is they tend to send money back. And those governments, including Mexico, Mexico receives billions of dollars a year from their citizens that came to the United States and work here. They send money back. Their economy is dependent on that kind of revenue flow. And El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, they're jumping onto the bandwagon. That's exactly what this is all about from their perspective. You sort of wonder how Mexico allows all these immigrants to come into their countries. They have to pass through Mexico to get here. So they must have lax border control between their countries and El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. But hey, it's the American way. Sadly, America has been transformed, which is what Obama promised he would do. And you know what? He's doing it, and he's almost done it. That's what I think. So what do you think?